Hey everybody, it's Amber here for Hope Healing Our Past Experiences, and I just want to welcome you back again this week and give you an update of kind of what's been going on and what's been on my heart, and just give you some food for thought to maybe challenge what you think you know, or maybe what you haven't even considered, what you may or may not know. So I had an amazing opportunity last week to participate in a couple of camps. The first camp was middle schoolers, and then the second camp included high schoolers, all the way through college age. I always enjoy getting to share my heart and my story with others, to encourage them, to let them know that they're not alone, and that we really can overcome those things that happen in our life that want to control us, through the after effects of really what happened with sexual abuse, misuse, and trauma. It's actually when boundaries have been crossed, right? Let's just talk about it like that, like when boundaries are crossed. And so the thing that really stuck out with me last week is that I had several students, a variety from each camp, come up to me and take the opportunity to share their story with me. And most of these stories, their life stories, started with when I was 7. Now, I want you to pause right there, because you just heard me say, when I was 7. See, most of us, we don't want to think about having to have conversations with our kids even prior to that, because we don't want them to lose their innocence. But what the conversation is that we need to be having with our kids is all about boundaries. You see, with one of these kids, a boundary had been crossed with a neighbor kid, and they were violated by this neighbor kid every time they went over there to play. Another one was held down and restrained and felt totally out of control, and it's affecting this person, you know. And another one, there were children playing. They had been sent off to go play in another child's bedroom, and they're like, hey, let's play a game. And the game involved the closets. And in that closet, this child was violated. And so, at the age of 7, these children are already having things put up on them that they didn't ask for. They didn't plan for. But how can we be proactive in that prevention, right? You've heard me talk a lot about prevention lately. And then on the other part, like, this already happened to them, so how do we respond in that? This is what you don't do. Oh, well, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like they had, sex with them. Okay, well, a boundary. It was not healthy. It's either healthy or not healthy. A boundary was crossed, and it is affecting them. Don't minimize their trauma. Don't minimize their trauma. Like, you're part of the problem. Like, you're part of heaping guilt and shame on a child when they open up, and you want to minimize what they're feeling. Those are their feelings. That it was their trauma. Your job in that is, 1, to let them know that you're here to help protect. If they're still in the situation, you help be that voice and get them the help. 2, if they're no longer in the situation, how can you help them be confident in overcoming this, to where these things are coming out in coping behaviors or in other ways. The after effects are going to show up. They're going to show up. And so don't just think, well, it didn't really act like it. It didn't seem that it affected them that bad. Like, you're minimizing it because you don't want to deal with it. Let's be real. You don't want to deal with it, so therefore you want to minimize it, right? And so let's be honest. Ask them, how can I help you? What's your struggles? What would you like me to do? Like, let them have some time to talk, right? Counseling is a great thing. If it's going to help them work through the thought process in that. And here's the thing, when they're still a child, and all of these kids, I'm going to say are children, right? And they're already opening up, and they're being vulnerable, and they're being honest about it, they can overcome before they enter marriage, before they enter long-term committed relationships. And this residue that wants to hang around, this after effects that wants to hang around and really destroy relationships, because that's what's going on here. And you may think, man, Amber, that's just deep, but like, it happens. Like, these little things that take hold, they were seeds that were planted way back when, at the age of 7, want to pop up their nasty, ugly weed heads in the middle of relationships and cause havoc and wreck those relationships. So, I just want to challenge you in your thought process. One, are you having talks with your children? Are you being proactive? Are you somebody who would minimize to make you feel better? Or are you going to listen? Like, part of talking is listening. Are you going to listen to what they have to say and then be part of the solution and helping overcome? So I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later.